Hey guys, how's it going? Happy Sunday to you. Um, it is Sunday. Yes, it is Sunday. I always have to verify these things. Um, Hope you all had a good weekend and a good last week. Um, I had a interesting weekend. It was um, very music filled. It was kind of awesome. Starting unexpectedly and unplanned on Thursday. Um, I had practice Wednesday, and I knew that Friday and Saturday were going to be busy. So going into the weekend, Thursday was my only kind of, shall we say, day of rest. Um, but then I was on my way home. I was on the 6th, uh, coming up Hennepin when I was on Facebook as I usually am, and saw a post from this guy Chase, who's the drummer in Lucid Flight, saying, "Hey, we're playing Famous Dave's The Battle of the Bands tonight. Come on down." And I was like, "Oh crap! I forgot that started tonight." And I was going to go because I knew Lucid Flight were playing and I want to support them. Oh, this is still really dark. So I'm like thinking, well, I'm on Hennepin anyway. I might as well just swing down and you know do that. I'll have dinner there. It'll be fine. We're all good. So head down there and had some food and hung out with those guys. And so first night of the Battle of the Bands. If you know about the Fall Battle of the Bands, they do 4 weeks of initial um, initial battles, and then they do semifinals, and then they have the finals. So they have 16 bands total for each week, and then two of those go on. So 2-2, bam, 2-2, bam. Then those four battle it out, and then you finally get down to four, the final four, and then or the final, must be the final four, final two. I don't know, but um, so this was week one, and all four bands that they have are actually really good, and I posted about this. But first band up was a band called X Slave, um, and they were interesting because where Lucid Flight and Infamous Memories and Strike 13 all practice in this one kind of complex. We'll call it a complex. Um, we were getting ready, and I was talking to Chase and Rob, the guitar player, and they were like thinking, they were talking, they were saying, those guys look familiar. I think they're the dudes from our space. And I kind of looked at them and I'm like, yeah, they do kind of look familiar. And then they started playing, and the song sounded familiar because I'd heard it coming up through the floor when Strike was practicing. So that was cool. I actually finally got to see those guys in action, and that was cool. I mean, I would describe them as just a straight, like old school funk band. I mean, you know, just in the pocket the whole nine, you know, the whole way. So that was cool. Then a band came on called not Cold Sweat, Code Sweat, um, and they were a bigger band. I think that was like a 10-piece band, I think, and they had a couple guitar players and keyboard player and three-piece horn section and three singers, and they did pretty much your standard like R&B covers. Some of it was okay. They took the Doobie Brothers Long Train Runnin' and turned it into a horn tune, which I found kind of interesting. Um, but I suppose anything is possible. Um, and then Lucid Flight, who, I mean, they went on last, but I'm going out of order because I can, because it can. Um, Lucid Fight, I thought they sounded good. Um, they disagreed, but they're always good. I mean, every time I've seen them, they've been good. So, but the band, so the band that went on technically before Lucid Flight, who I posted as I thought was easily the best band of the night. And they did make it through the semifinals, was a band I'd never heard of. A band called Harbor and Home. Impressed so much with them that what did I do, kids? I bought merchandise. And because I bought one of the packages, because I wanted all three, they had 3 CDs available. And I wanted all 3 and at least a t-shirt. And in order to do that, well, the easiest way to do that, and probably cheapest way to do that, was to buy one of their packages. Hold on just one second, I'm going to try something. Okay, what does that do? That does a whole lot of nothing. Okay, maybe I'll just have to start doing these videos later after this thing goes down and the light actually makes a difference, because this is just really, really dark and I'm not understanding why. Anyway, so the package that I got was all 3 CDs, a t-shirt, a hat, which I will probably never wear, and a lovely pair of sunglasses that I will never wear because prescription. So those are the 2 things that I got that I won't use. But I did get all 3 of their CDs. Now I don't know, this one is self-titled, so this might be Life I Lead. I'm not sure the order of these, but if you can see that, you have that one. You have this one. So the first one is The Life I Lead. This one is Dark Days. And then this one, which is Fighter, which I'm assuming is the latest one, because a lot of the merch had Fighter on it. The cap does. I think one of the t-shirts they had does. So I'm assuming this is the latest one. And then t-shirt. So a nice rustic, like, you know, oil lamp design, which I thought was kind of cool. But they didn't have anything in a 2XL, so I had to get an XL, which I think will fit. But because of that, the guy was nice and took $5 off the price. So I was like, that's cool. The singer, whose name I believe is Caleb, but nice guy. And if you didn't see the post, it was kind of, because I mean their instrumentation was bass drums, 2 electric guitars, keyboard, and then the singer who played acoustic guitar. And some of the stuff was very folky. Some of it, I guess you would consider it alternative. But their vocals and some of their harmonies was very much reminiscent of the Lumineers. So they had that kind of vibe to it. And then some of it was rock. I mean, they did in the middle of their set, they went into a cover of Johnny B. Good, which they from there went into I'll Be There For You, the theme from Friends. So that was cool. I mean, they were just a cool band, and they were obviously very polished and knew what they're doing. Not that the other bands didn't, but these guys seemed to more than that. So, Harbor and Home. Remember that name. Find them because they're awesome. So, that was Thursday. Got home Thursday night. Did my thing, went to work the next day. And then straight from work, because it was an early show, started at 6, I went to Lee's Liquor Lounge, where it was, and of course I'm going to pull this up, because I don't remember the full lineup. But headliners were Hed PE, a band that I knew by name only. I'm like, yeah, I know that band. But reason I went was because the openers, I knew 3 of the openers. I hadn't seen, well, I knew of 3 of the openers. But I'd only seen one before. That one being Fix the Glitch. And you can't do past events anymore, which really, really pisses me off. Because now I just have to remember who was there. Can I do it like that? No, because you can't do yesterday. That kind of sucks. Sorry, fighting with Facebook here for a second. Tuesday, and of course, they won't have that. Okay. Anyway, so it was Hed PE was the headliner, and before them, we'll start at the beginning. So first band up was Fix the Glitch, who I've seen 3, 4, 5 times now, something like that. They always bring it. This time, even better than the last time I saw it. They seem to be a lot more cohesive and sounded a lot tighter on their stuff, which is always good. And they're in the process of recording. Hopefully, their EP will be out soon. I'm really, really looking forward to it because I'd love to have some of those guys some of their stuff on record. Sorry, it's been a very, very long weekend. Oh, so first up was Fix the Glitch, and I've talked about them before. They're pretty. I mean, they're the best way to describe them is just a hard rock band, a slightly grungy influenced hard rock band. Next up was, I think it was Perfect Rejects, who were a hip hop group with a live band, which is kind of cool. They were good. They were good. Then next up was, who was next? Oh, next up was Digital Homicide, of course. And I've seen Digital Homicide before. I saw them at Opinion like a long, long time ago. And they have a new singer. Their guitarist is singing. I don't know if he's going to be the full-time singer because I think they're looking for a singer. But anyway, so I saw them before, and I saw them on Friday, and yeah, good either way. I mean, they're definitely check them out. They're a great, again, hard rock. They're not. I don't know if I consider them a metal band, but they're definitely a good like hard rock band. And I don't know if they have any recordings out. I should probably check on that. but they have these killer t-shirts. Let's see. There we go. Can we see that? Yeah. So finally picked up one of those, which is awesome. Then next up was Open Minded, who were another hip hop act that they were saying they usually have a full band and a live band, but I think there was a scheduling conflict or something, so they just had a DJ. So DJ, two MCs, but they were good too. I mean, and they had free demos and stuff, which I did not pick up, which I should have, because yeah, they were good too. And then was it? Yeah, then it was Sin 7. These guys. Okay, we'll just take this out so you can see the cover. And this is their EP, Envy, which I think that they just released not that terribly long ago. I don't know if they're working on a new album or not. But I've been following these guys for a while. I've seen the videos and stuff, and they're pretty good. Of course, you can't see that, but that's okay. But yeah, this is my first time seeing them live, and it was a good thing too, because this was their last show of the year. So I'm assuming they're going to go in and do some recording. There we go. So yeah, they kind of kicked ass, and you should definitely check them out. And t-shirt, just simple, basic black and white logo tees. Gotta love that. Then of course the can koozie, because who doesn't need more can koozies? I don't. But if I can, I will peel that off and make that into a patch. So that's cool. They were good. I was really stoked to see them because I hadn't seen them, and I actually downloaded the EP a couple weeks ago, probably, and I've been listening to it, and it's really good. Again, just good hard rock. Yeah, and then getting behind myself. Anyway, next band up, I had never heard of, and they're out of Boston, I believe. I believe they said they were out of Boston. And that is this band called Mammothor, who again, never heard of. And when their set started, I was like, okay. But the longer they played, the more they just impressed me. It's more traditional metal, pseudo power metal. And yeah, I mean, these guys, they're just really good. They're just good. And I'm glad I saw them. Just got a t-shirt in the green. I've been digging when bands use the green ink. I've always liked that neon green, especially against the black. So yeah, so we're going to have to rock that at some point, probably at some shows. And then, so that was Saturday, and then Hed PE came on, and Um, Even if I thought I knew them, they sounded completely different than what I thought they might sound like. So obviously, I did not know them. Um, I would describe. I mean, they were almost like a straight reggae band or something. It was kind of weird, with little bits of harder stuff thrown in there. Um, they were good. They definitely put on a show. That was awesome. Um, so came home exhausted Friday. Had to be up and to South St. Paul by noon on Saturday. Because of course, yesterday Saturday was the MUAB Music Unites Kids Bowling second annual benefit concert at the South St. Paul VFW, which Strike 13 was not only playing a set at, but Timmy being the founder, he obviously had to be there all day to run things and make sure everything was kosher. And I volunteered to help out. Uh, so there was probably, I don't know, half dozen of us that were there and setting up everything and making sure everything was good to go. There was a lot of bands. I mean, not a lot of bands. There's probably six bands. I think six, seven bands. Um, Along with they had raffles and they had like a spinny wheel that you could dollar spin. You could win a little prize. Um, and yeah, I mean, it was a good time. I mean, the weather was perfect for it. We could not have asked for a better day. Um, and people came out. I was working the door for a little bit, so I had to take money and put on wristbands and all that stuff. So that was fun. That was an experience. I'd never done that before, so now I have that under my belt. Um, Got sunburn because of it. I don't know if you can see that, but my arm is pretty red, um, just from having it up on the table and directly in the sun pretty much all day. Um, but again, totally worth it. Totally worth it. Um, so bands that played there, first band up, and going back to Facebook, should really have this stuff prepped, and I should, after how many months of doing these videos, I should be better at them. But I'm not. So let's see if we go up here. So, okay, so where is that? I think. No, not that one. I think it's that one. So, first band up was called Luna Barrio, um, and they were good. They were interesting. That was almost to me sounded um, oddly enough, it sounded kind of like Jeff Beck, like his fusion stuff. It had that sort of a feel to it, but a little bit heavier, and with a female vocalist. It was good. Yeah, they kind of blew me away a little bit. Um, so next band up. Okay, so that was them. That was Luna Burrell. Next band up was a band called Sawyer's Dream, whose name I've seen everywhere. They play, I think they play up at Ziggy's up in Stillwater all the time. Um, but they were good. All original stuff. Kind of pop rock, kind of R&B influenced, blues influenced. All very good. All very good. Um, Boom, boom, boom. Next band up. Oh, was the DNR duo. Okay. So, Dan Osberg, who was affiliated either with Strike 13 or Blank Space. I don't remember. I think Strike 13. I think he was a bass player in Strike 13 when I first saw them months ago. Yes, it's only been months ago. Time is weird. Anyway, so but he also is the producer guy who's doing the Outlaw Saint record. Um, so when I recorded Rock and Roll Queen, he was the producer. He's also Timmy's gonna peg him to do the Strike record, and Timmy's doing some solo stuff, and Dan's gonna produce that. But he has this duo with this guy named Roger, who, and basically what they do is they reconstruct, because it's just Roger singing and Dan playing guitar and doing some backup vocals. So they basically reconstruct backing tracks for all these popular songs and play over them. Which, as a musician, I don't know if it works. I mean, obviously it does. They've been doing it, and they've been doing gigs and stuff. So obviously it does work. But I don't know. I mean, it was interesting. It was good. And Dan, I apologize. I'm gonna bash on you a little bit, but I mean, you guys are well aware. I mean, you said it. Roger said it on stage. I mean, some people call this, glorified karaoke, and we're okay with that, which it is. It's glorified karaoke. That's exactly what it is. But if people want to go out and see it, are willing, and venues are willing to pay you for it, go for it, man. So they were interesting. Next band up was a band called Tommy Gun, and they were your more traditional cover band. They opened up with Mustang Sally. Cover band Central would be appalled because they did Mustang Sally and they did Margaritaville. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, they did them well, and that band includes this guy named Daryl, bass player who used to be in Outlaw Saint as well. And yeah, I mean, they were good. Again, they were good. Did a lot of the standard kind of cover band tunes. They did, Wagon Wheel and Girl Crush and like Hit Me With Your Best Shot, and what else they do? I don't remember, but but they were good, and then Strike went on, and we went on and did our thing, which is all we can do. But I thought it was good. I thought we had a fairly good audience response, and we went on in that slot of we went on. The sun was still kind of up, and we got done. And it was pitch black outside, which is always fun, which is always good. And then, well, highlight of our set was during, I don't remember which song, but Timmy's daughter, who was there with her mother, was actually up on stage for a little bit, just rocking out, which was kind of awesome. And there's a picture of that I shared. It's Timmy's new profile picture, but I shared that because I was just too good of a moment. So did that, and then after us was a band called Psycho Prowler, who Timmy had mentioned, but I didn't really know anything about them. So they came on, and they were what Smudged used to be. Throw in a lot more grunge with the metal stuff that Smudged was doing, and you get Psycho Prowler. But I was confused because I was talking to Timmy mentioned that he was going to be the new drummer. They'd asked him if he would play drums for them. And but last night they had a drummer, but it looked like Timmy was going to sing with them because he had the music and all the lyrics printed out. And it was funny because okay, so they get on stage and they start, and the first thing they do is Megadeth's Symphony for Destruction, Symphony of Destruction, Symphony of Destruction. Um, and so they start it, and Timmy's a punk guy. He doesn't know metal. I mean, he knows some metal, but not, you know. Um, and he starts the song, and it's kind of all over the place. So I'm sitting there with Tank from Outlaw Saint, and he eventually just runs on stage and starts singing it. And then at some point during that song, uh, my other buddy Matt Rutherford from Infamous Memories, he jumps on stage and starts singing. So at one point they have not one, not two, but three singers on stage. Um, and that was I mean that was like their set was the highlight of the night. Obvious. I mean it was awesome. Um, Timmy looking very very lost and just yeah it was good. I mean they did so it did that. I think they did a couple Stone Temple Pilot songs. They did Seek and Destroy, which Matt sang mostly, I think, and kind of destroyed it. Um, then they did like Slither by Velvet Revolver, which went okay. Um, then I think they did Seasons in the Abyss by Slayer, which is a video that I just posted this morning with Tank singing that, which was hilarious. Um, and then the final song they did was one that Timmy wanted to sing, which was Walk by Pantera. Um, and so, yeah, that was a good time. That was a very good time. And uh, the other thing is Strike got a gig out of it because apparently we're playing with them uh, with Psycho Prowler at um, I think they're saying the Doghouse. Is it the Doghouse in Maplewood? Um, but anyway, that's on October 6th. Um, and we're going a little long, but that's okay. Um, and I'll get to my calendar in a minute. But so yeah, that was good. It was a good day. It was a good night. And then hung out a little bit after and helped tear everything down and get all this stuff backed up and then came home and went to bed and whatever. Um, and then woke up today. Um, anyway, so but I do have a package. And we'll open this, and then I'll do my calendar, and then we'll be done because we're already over a half hour. So this might be a little bit long, but that's okay. You guys don't mind, right? Listen to me ramble. Okay. So this package. So I saw somebody posted something on Facebook um, about this group called Empty Pockets. The Empty Pocket. Um, and basically it was, do you like Buffalo Springfield? You might not like these guys. Free CD, just pay shipping. And A, free CD, I'm in. B, sounds like Buffalo Springfield, I'm in. So I just got this today, and I technically haven't listened to any of their stuff yet, but but I'm definitely looking forward to checking this out. I saw on their website they do have a couple more albums. This was the one that they had available, the 10 Cent Tour. Sorry, my voice is still a little bit raw from actually was screaming and singing during Seek and Destroy last night, so my voice might be a little bit rough. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to listening to this. We got here a little thank you card. Yeah, and of course they're quoting Bill Murray in Caddyshack, which I can always appreciate. So, I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about these guys. I don't know where they're from, where they're based out of, or anything. How often they tour, but I will definitely have to keep an eye out, and I'll let you guys know if they ever come here, and I will go see them and check them out because, you know, there you go. Okay. So, my calendar. As we get in through September, the only thing I have planned that I have on here that I really plan on doing is Saturday. This coming up Saturday, correct? The 29th. At Lee's Liquor Lounge is a show with Hex Vortices, who I absolutely adore. I think they're awesome. They're one of the better metal bands in the city. Hex Vortices, Hate Beast, Don Inferno, and I think Cymothwa just got added to that bill. So that should be very cool, and that's at Lee's, 9 o'clock, $7 at the door. Okay, then as we get into December, okay, so starting off the month, first week, Strike 13 has back-to-back gigs. Friday the 5th, we will be at the Terminal Bar playing a late set. I think we start at either 10:45 or 11:45, one of the two. And that's with a band called Zipper Merge, and I forget the other band on the bill. But I'm pretty sure that's, 8 or 9 o'clock, probably 9 o'clock, probably $5 at the door. So come check that out. Then Saturday the 6th, Strike 13 will be with Psycho Prowler at, I believe it was a Doghouse in Maplewood. Once I get more details on that, I will let you know. And then the following week, the following week on the 11th, which is a Thursday, Outlaw Saint will be involved in the Famous Dave's Battle of the Bands. And I believe that is the 4th round of the initial battles. I don't know what those are called. Sports people help me out. So the next week or 2 weeks after will be the beginning of the semifinals. So I will be making, I believe, yes. I'll be making my official return to Outlaw Saint with that show. That's October 11th. Famous Days, it starts at 6. Does it start at 6? 6 or 7 till like 10. It's like 4 bands. It's free. Come on down. And then 2 days later is another Strike show. We have a slot. There's another matinee thing that they like to do in the afternoon. And we've got a set there. And I think we'll be getting tickets to that one. And so within the next week or so, I will let you know about that, and hit me up for tickets. I can't travel far, but I can travel a little bit. Um, and then that'll be interesting because so we're playing. So this thing is like from I don't know 2 to 6 or something, and we're playing in there somewhere. Don't know when. Starting at 6 is another show, which is the Piranha CD release show with Infamous Memories and Inner Toil. So I'm going to be hanging around for that. And then that night, um, Jaden James and the Hunger are playing at Bunkers to celebrate Jaden's what appears to be her first solo EP. The name escapes me. Sorry. Um, but they're playing at Bunkers at like 11. So that'll be like a full day of music, which should be pretty awesome. Um, and then the next week, the following Saturday, the 20th, um, there's a Glitched Out production show, Halloween show, at the Red Sea with Fix a Glitch and Heal and Karma Sutra, and I think Lucid Flight is also on that bill, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but so that's the 20th at the Red Sea over in West Bank. 7 o'clock, $5. That should be fun. That should be a good time. Then I'm actually that following morning, or that following day, that Sunday, I'm actually going out of town for a couple days, flying down to Arizona for a family wedding. So that should be awesome. Probably come back on Tuesday. And then that's Friday at Lee's is their kind of Halloween type show. With a crap load of bands, including Reaping Asmodea and Outside the Murder and Samathwa, and who else is on that bill? I forget, but bunch of good bands. 7 o'clock, I don't remember how much it costs. Let me look it up real quick. And again, Lee's, becoming one of my favorite venues in the city. I just think it's a great little bar. They always have good sound. They things just seem to go really well there. Let's see, blah 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 blah. So that's that one. That's October. What are we looking at? 26th. October 26th. Here we go. Reaping Asmodea's Evening of Evil. So it's Samathwa, Mirror Being, who are pretty cool. Pyralis, I think is how you pronounce it. I saw them. They're pretty cool. Green Death, Outside the Murder, and then Reaping Asmodea. So that should be a good show. Still don't know if what the cover is. I'm sure I'll find out. So that should be good. And then final thing for October is the 27th. Off-Duty Astronauts is playing up in Anoka at Billy's. Anoka, I've heard, is the Halloween capital of the world. And we're playing there for Halloween, so that should be a blast and a half. Yeah, so come on out to that. I don't know if we have an event for that yet, but as soon as we do, I will invite all y'all. Just like for all the other stuff, the Three Strike shows and the Outlaw Saint show and all that. yeah, it should be a good month. Looking forward to it. So, I guess that's it. I suppose that's it. Um, so I'll probably see you again, talk to you again, because I don't see you. Probably talk to you again next week after the show at Lee's. Um, yeah. So everybody, have a good week. Have a good day. Enjoy the nice weather while it lasts. If you live here in Minnesota. And yeah, take it easy, and we'll talk to you later.